Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, May 15th, 2023, recording live from the Yay studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I have one, Bob Aldrich.
Go New York, go New York, go.
As well as Justin Moore.
Hi.
And back again, glad to have you, Trey Dishner.
Glad to be back, guys.
Good to see you, buddy. How you feeling? How you doing?
Feeling great.
Good. Glad to have you. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. We are so glad to be here and doing it all for you. Very excited and looking forward to it. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars on Instagram. Do that too, I guess, if you can find a way to rate us 5 stars. On Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever platform you listen on. Share with friends and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Last week, we played over-under, rapid-fire trivia, head-to-head 20 questions in a new game called Stat Match. And Bob served his punishment for the month of April by becoming a legend known simply as Bayou Bob.
That he did.
It was for sure a fun one, so be sure to check that out if you have not already. Also, go to yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, hoodies with a bunch of great designs, so go grab some of that sweet, sweet Yay Basketball merch at yaybasketball.com. Now, this is the basketball game show after all, so before we dive into our first game of the day, Justin, can we get an update on last week's picks and recap and the points and where we stand, please?
You can indeed. Trey was not here, so he didn't have a bet, but he has 1,750 points. I had Nikola Jokic's under at 30.5 versus the Suns. He put up 29. Good job, me. That puts me in second place, 4,025 points.
That one was so close. I was sitting there watching the end of that game, and I was like,
I was like, no,
if he's wrong and I'm right, that seals it. Go ahead.
But Michael, you had KD's under against
Yes.
the Nuggets. He had 26. You had 30. It was 30.5.
Uh-huh.
But Bob and you, Bob had PJ Tucker's over at 3.5. He had 3. He had 3.
What a ride by Vegas.
But knew it. Bob and Michael also had a side bet.
We did.
on the Warriors Lakers
Uh-huh.
that Bob lost.
Yep.
So Bob, you're in last place with negative 25 points, which puts Michael, you're in first.
Yes.
5,550 points.
Yes. Now, Bob, I only wanted to bet 1,000. You felt confident, and you bumped it up to 15.
Yeah.
Negative 25.
All right. Sounds good.
There it is. So if you listening or watching at home want to keep track of all those game picks, as well as chat with us, ask us questions, give us game ideas, all of that fun stuff, be sure to hit the link in the description of this episode to join our chalkboard group chat. It is a fun and way to support the show. Be sure you go do that.
I was waiting.
Yeah, I could tell. I could see you glaring at me, waiting to do it. All right, everybody, let's get to it with today's brand new game called Quote Unquote.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote. In this game, I will read you guys as a team. I will read you 2 quotes. One of them is a real quote from an NBA personality, player, coach, or analyst. One is a quote that I made up. It will be your job to work as a team to tell me which is the real one, which one's the fake one, and then what the real one is in real quick, listen to this. Sorry, love that. Which one's the real one, which one's the fake one, and then what the real one is in reference to. If you're right, you get the 50 points for being right on the quote, 50 points for being right on the topic. I get what you're wrong on. Are you ready to play?
Do we need to start making producer tags for you, by the way, when you do these songs?
Well, I don't make these songs. I did make this, though. I've got some a little surprise.
Oh,
Here's
okay.
this. I made this.
This is a certified banger.
New little suspense theme we can play behind
this.
Damn, son.
All right. So here are your first 2 quotes.
Okay.
He came to play. He was trying to see the game. I thought he played downhill a lot. He was trying to do the right things tonight. Or, he was unstoppable. We did what we could. He was just better. I thought we guarded him as well as anybody could have on a night like tonight. Those are your 2 options.
We don't get to know who said them?
No.
Man.
That would, because me would be the second one. Because I made one of them up.
Oh. Well, I just figured you just throw a name on one.
Oh,
The
no.
first one
No,
sounds
would've been
made
fun.
up, but I could see him tricking us.
I thought the second one was a little more made up.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, I think the first one's the real one and the second one's the fake one.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
And the context, we have to provide context.
Yes,
as
you
well,
got to tell me
correct?
what the quote is about.
Probably about LeBron.
I'm gonna.
Gets going downhill.
I think it was about Tatum's 51.
Yes, because that is when he is at his best. Yeah, when Tatum's going downhill.
All right.
I say we do it.
All right, you know what? Yeah, let's roll with it.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm just jamming it.
Okay.
A little arpeggiated. That's all it takes. It took me like 5 minutes to make
Sending
it.
out over here.
All right. So you went with the quote, he came to play. He was trying to see the game. I thought he played downhill a lot. He was trying to do the right things tonight. That was your final answer?
He was trying to do the right things.
Now, when we go with that one, it
Well,
takes
yeah.
me away from
Well-
Tatum. The second one sounds like Tatum, but let's just go with it.
Well,
What do you think?
I think we locked that in. Am I wrong or?
I don't know. I got a little second guessing.
Well, you're second guessing after a final answer.
Yep,
I mean,
let's
I'm,
just
I'm,
go with it.
I'm just curious.
we have to go with it.
Okay, you're right.
Let's go.
Yes.
But you're wrong.
Yes.
Okay, that is the correct quote, but that is Doc Rivers talking about James Harden.
It
He
is.
was trying to do the right things tonight.
So that's a
Emphasis on
1-1
trying.
situation, right?
Yes, 50 for everyone. The Boston Celtics overcame a 3-2 deficit to defeat the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 7 yesterday behind a record-breaking 51 points from Jason Tatum. The Sixers saw league MVP Joel Embiid score only 15 points and 8 rebounds on 5 of 18 shooting, while his co-star James Harden went for 9 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists on 3 of 11 shooting. Who is to blame for this embarrassing Game 7 loss for Philly? Embiid, Harden, Tatum, Doc Rivers? Bob.
Yeah, this is a tough one. The Philadelphia, as a whole organization,
The city.
just as a city, great city, by the way. Shout out Philly.
Spell it.
God, here we go.
Philly. Philly.
Philly.
Fila, go ahead.
Anyway, I don't think Doc Rivers survives this. I know a report came out today that said he is expected to return, but that's him saying that he expects to return. I think some absurd stat that is, Doc Rivers is now 16 and 33 in situations in which his team had at least 7 wins in a series. 16 and 30.
Wait, what? 7 wins in a series?
As long as he has at least 3 wins in a 7-game series.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
sorry,
I was
sorry.
like,
Well, I
what?
was
When did that be?
very good.
so he gets to
7 wins
3
in a
wins.
7-game
breaking records, baby.
series.
Gotcha.
So
Sorry.
yeah, essentially they get to 3 wins and they're like, all right, we're done. And it's
we
a very Boston thing this year of them kind of fumbling over themselves and really like having a home performance, like, oh, I don't know, a playoff performance against Philadelphia without Joel Embiid and they lose at home. So I don't think it's a lot to do with Boston to blame or their incredible prowess. Yes, Jason Tatum's absurd, and I think him and LeBron are the best players right now left in the playoffs. AD, of course, comes into play. Jimmy Butler's still around. Devin Booker was around. But yeah, I will stand firmly and say Jason Tatum's probably been one of the best players of the postseason. Him and LeBron James, 1 and 2 by far.
What?
Interesting.
Sorry,
Okay, weird. So, in
But-
terms of the
Whoa.
series,
In terms of like Butler not being around, like
I think you're forgetting a name there, Bob.
Yeah.
Joel?
Big guy out of Denver.
Yeah, I was saying
Oh,
Jokic. He's out.
consistent,
Yeah.
of course, but
Yeah.
that's true.
How can
That
you forget
triple-double.
that?
Anyway, I think 76ers, Doc is out,
So it's Doc's the
and
reason.
Joel Embiid gets traded.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
Just drop that one out there.
Bomb.
They're
Who
going to
knows where it's
trade
gonna
Joel
go?
Embiid.
Who knows where it's gonna go?
Okay.
Joel says I'm out. He says,
He demands a trade?
yeah, I'm out.
Whew. Okay, that's way more likely than.
Yeah.
Golly. Okay, Justin, what you got on this one? I'm interested to hear your takes on this.
So, I'm putting the blame. I'm putting 10% of the blame on James Harden. I'm putting another 10% of the blame on Doc Rivers, and I'm putting 80% of the blame on the supposed MVP, who I was told was the best player in the world at one point in time, with the best center in the world. He's so great. He's so amazing. In the playoffs, his points per game dropped 10, his rebounds per game dropped, his assists per game dropped, his turnovers went up, and his field goal percentage went down. Joel Embiid, I think we can all agree now, we have most of a career to tell you, he's a loser. He does not win games when they matter the most. He will never make it to a conference finals. He's going to wind up finishing his career as a conference finals virgin. and it's just never going to happen for him. I do think you need to move off of him. He's also injury prone, and he's 29, potentially 30. I don't know when his birthday is. I know he was 29 in the season.
He's like 28.
Yeah, he's my age.
Okay. I mean, he's
I think he's
20,
younger than me.
29?
He is 29. He just
Okay.
turned 29.
So we're not getting much more healthy years out of him. I don't think he's going to play long into his 30s, a la LeBron James or Steph Curry, or even maybe like a Kevin Durant who's going to play, playing really well now. I think we're going to got maybe 3 more years of really good Joel Embiid left, maybe. And so for me, I'm like, why would you keep him? Trade him now when his value is at his highest, and we need to start over again because it obviously isn't working in Philly. The whole Joel Embiid situation hasn't worked. And it's not to say he is great. He's really phenomenal. But I mean, we're looking at it and we go, okay, it wasn't just James Harden was there, Jimmy Butler was there, it didn't work out. And so I just don't see why it's any different. We can blame everybody else, but it's Joel Embiid at the end of the day.
Okay. Trey.
Well, first things first, I'm giving up on the process. I did choose this team to win the championship, and
It looked
Yeah.
like a great pick for
yeah, I was
A lot of
I was pretty
6 months.
confident about it, but I mean, I'm putting all this blame on Joel Embiid, and the reason for that, I mean, he did take accountability and said, "I got to be better, and I will be better." But then he ended it on, me and James need help, and it's like, dude, you shot 5 for 18, 27%. You're the MVP. We're arguing about like he was given the MVP. Let's just
Your
say
teammates
that.
needed the help.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you got to take accountability. You have to be the one that like has to go out there, be a killer, and do what you have to do to get the dub. PJ Tucker shot the best field goal percentage from everyone on the team. That's sad. So I mean, it's on Embiid.
Not on your game.
So I see you trying to bait me into something hot there, Justin, in a debate. I'm not going to take the bait because I agree. I think all 3 are to blame, not necessarily equally so, but this is on Embiid. Embiid showed why the MVP is a regular season award. This was one of the most humiliating games from a most valuable player winner I can remember. Do you know how many MVPs have never made a conference final?
1.
You know who it is? Joel Embiid. Before the game, he said, "It's on me to go get it." And then after the game, he says, 2 players can't win the game alone. There's a reason it's 5-on-5.
Brutal.
What?
You got to take accountability.
What the fuck are you talking
Star
about?
player.
You averaged 33 points a game this season, and in the biggest game of your career, less than 2 weeks after winning the league's most coveted individual award, you score 4 more points than PJ fucking Tucker? I've been Team Embiid for years now, and this game might have been the one to finally show me the light. He is one of the most gifted big men we've ever seen in the league, but he didn't look like he cared for the entire second half and some of the second quarter. He looked like he thought it was already over, and he was powerless to stop it. He was the only one who could stop it. What is it? 5 of 18? Is that right?
Yeah, 27%.
I don't understand. I don't know what to do. I can't wrap my head around. I don't know that you move off him. You make some good points. But okay, look, on the coaching front, Doc did Embiid no favors from the jump because his big Game 7 adjustment was trying to turn Embiid into a point guard at the top of the key. In Game 93 of the season. Game 93 of the season, he's like, "I got it. Let's have our MVP winning center who's 7'2", 360 pounds or something, play up top." He always plays in the mid-range, but he wanted him to create and shit all of a sudden. What are you doing? Philly was in this game at the half. They were only down 3. Doc did absolutely nothing to stop the avalanche that was the third quarter by the Celtics. Now, could it have been stopped? No, but you could have at least give it a shot. He made no notable adjustments or substitutions or set adjustments. He just stood there and watched. Horrific.
That third quarter,
Fire Doc.
33-10, which was the largest deficit of a playoff game in NBA history of one quarter.
This was his 5th straight Game 7 loss, and he's now 6-10 in Game 7s. overall.
Maybe
6-10 game 10.
Maybe it is Doc, and I agree that Doc's good, not great. But maybe he just has habitual chokers as his players all the time. Like,
I mean,
you know,
true.
notable choker Chris Paul, notable choker
I'm
Joel
out
Embiid.
on that.
Coaching's big, but yeah, it's
Coaching's
definitely
very
it,
important.
You're also Joel
falls on
Embiid.
the players
Like
too.
Joel Embiid, when you're on the court, just walk down to the box, put your hand up like this, and they'll pass you the ball.
Yeah.
No matter what Doc says.
Yeah.
Like,
Real.
what are we doing?
Don't think for a moment that I was going to move on from this without letting James Harden hear it too, because he is also shares the blame. His second straight playoff elimination game with 10 points or less The 7 assists were helpful, and at times that's what they needed from him. But 3 of 11? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's
Kyle Neubeck had a great piece for The Athletic on this debacle, and he called it a career-defining choke job for the 3 of them. And I couldn't agree more. On Harden, he said, he has cried wolf so many times that nobody wants to listen. And worse yet, he ruins his own flow and his team's flow on the floor by trying to win the rule understanding competition before anything else. First off, bars. Second, he hit the nail on the head. As cliche as it is, there are times when you just have to put your head down and go get it. Tatum did that yesterday. Doc, and most importantly, Embiid did not, and Harden as well. I am ashamed that I ever called myself a Joel Embiid fan after yesterday.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's embarrassing. I don't know how he comes back from this. You just won the MVP, which I argue, and I still think he should have won the regular season MVP. You know, it is a regular season award, so I'll isolate that. Those two things can be separate.
Yeah.
But this playoff run. Granted, he dealt with the injury, missed game 1, I guess, but you got to do better. I mean, Al Horford has always been his kryptonite. How? Why? He's a great player. He's a good defender, but he's over the hill. You got 3 inches and 50 pounds on him. Dunk on his head every possession. Yeah, that's the IQ. You're right. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Sixers, but I'm disappointed, obviously. So, okay, on to round 2. Here are your 2 quotes. It's disappointing, no doubt, but I've got my family and friends that this loss won't affect. Like, you think my son cares that we lost? He doesn't care. He just wants to go hang out and watch cartoons. Or, I think the clock is ticking on all of our lives. Everyone in here, we all have an expiration date. I think the clock is ticking on all of us. As far as basketball goes, 100% it's ticking.
Oh, this is weird. Okay, because the
both
first
sound
one
like
did
something
sound
really,
really good.
really stupid things Draymond Green would say for 500, please.
I think the first one that gives me Russell Westbrook vibes.
Yes, yeah.
Or like
Well, these are all
Damian
for
Lillard.
this week, so.
Oh,
he is not.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. The only thing I've heard
Jason
about
Tatum
Russ is he's wanting to be a
induced.
billionaire.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look it up.
So friggin'
Fun fact.
bad.
Yeah.
We'll unpack that one later.
So is it about the Warriors? Was it a Warriors or is it is it Steve Kerr talking about the Warriors? Because I know he had a quote that kind of sounded like he didn't even believe in his own team for this season anyway.
Yeah.
He said that they like hit their ceiling.
Yeah,
They hit their
pretty much.
ceiling.
he
the
knew that
clock
it
is
wasn't a
ticking.
championship team.
Yeah.
So, but Steve Kerr wouldn't talk about his kids.
No.
So we think
I
one of
could
these
see
is Steve-
Draymond Green saying some stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
So that's why I want to lean the first one's real and it's Draymond Green because it sounds like something Draymond Green would say.
But then you hear the second one, you're like, okay, that is actually Kyrie
Steve-
Irving.
yeah,
this week, this week.
Oh, this week.
But then ain't nobody talking to them.
Jimmy
right now.
Butler. No, he wouldn't say something that stupid.
And they
Who
won.
lost?
They didn't lose.
They
That's
didn't
my
lost,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. It would have came from
maybe Julius Randle. He's always has his son. Or no, it's not him.
I think we go to the first one. We do Draymond.
Let's do it.
Draymond Green. The first one's real. The second one's fake.
Okay, we're going to do one of these.
Nope.
But
Oh.
the topic is right. It is Draymond Green, and he's talking about the Warriors timeline.
Okay.
But he is the one that said, I think the clock is ticking on all of our lives. Everyone in here, we all have an expiration date. I think the clock is ticking on all of us. As far as basketball goes, 100% it's ticking. So, the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Golden State Warriors in 6 games on Friday, advancing to their 24th conference final in franchise history. Despite brilliant performances from Steph Curry, the Warriors just did not have enough to keep up with the Lakers. Bob, thoughts on the series and what's next for the Dubs? Actually, did we decide on what we were talking about earlier?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Then
that.
don't tell me what's next for the Dubs. Just thoughts on the series.
All right. Well, obviously, difficult series. It really came down to, I thought, of course, if you want to minimalize it and really put it in one person is responsible for all this, it's Anthony Davis. You know, is the reason why the Lakers won this thing. I think also Darvin Ham gets a lot of credit.
Yeah.
I mean, to come out and just go back and forth with Steve Kerr, who is probably the best in-series adjustment coach we've seen. Someone who can say, yeah, that worked, or, oh, that didn't work. Let me switch this out and flip it and win. Okay. So to do that against Steve Kerr and to make adjustments when needed, not even like from game to game, but from quarter to quarter, and if the Warriors made a mistake with, oh my God, I just go back to game 5 or game 4 when they just stopped going, or game 5 when they went away from pulling Anthony Davis out of the doing high pick and rolls with Steph and stuff and pulling AD out of the paint. And like Darvin Ham adjusted for that. And he already had a plan in place. And the next game, it's like, wow, all right, game 6, here we go. Warriors have a plan. They're going to stick to it. But Darvin Ham also had one, and it was just as good as Steve Kerr's.
Yeah.
And so I think Steve saying in the post game, like, yeah, we hit our ceiling. It was a real overall conversation, I think, about how he's like, damn, I kind of hit my ceiling too. It's like I kind of ran out of things as well. And so I think a lot of the responsibility for the Warriors' loss, I don't think falls on anyone in particular. I think the whole Bob Myers situation is putting a really, really, really bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. I'm sure we're going to talk about that. I'm sure that's what's on the horizon. But overall impressions of the series and as a whole for the season, disappointing. Hey, it's tough to repeat. They did it before, but to do it again with this crew was unthinkable, really. And as much as I tried to talk myself into it, it always came down to we can't do anything against Anthony Davis.
Yeah, so let me ask you. Beginning of the series, you definitely thought they were going to win.
Yeah.
Mid-season, last week.
Yeah.
Or mid-series, sorry. Prior to game 4, I mean, a couple hours before we were recording last week's episode, a couple hours before game 4, you thought that they were going to win the series?
The Corgi was doing it.
You had the faith in them.
Yeah.
At what point did you go, oh, it's really over? Was it game 6?
Yeah. It was only game 6 when it was like, okay, we're not making the adjustments. We're not rotating. You're not doing simply not. It's tough to say Warrior basketball because their style, and after a long period, people figure it out. We were talking off mic about this and how like one team does one thing so good for so long, it takes a long time for the other teams to catch up to it. And I know that's kind of an overall arcing theme of the Warriors, like, oh, everyone's figured them out. I don't think they've really quite done everything they can with it, though. Like, if they can make it this far with this team and with little help around Steph, there's still a ceiling. Like, I don't think they've maxed out on it. I just think that there's more to do. And going into the future, man, don't blow it up yet.
Okay.
That's all I say.
All right, Justin?
Just my thoughts on the series?
Yep.
Okay. I think this series, I was hearing a lot of people talk me into certain players being really good players, all-timers, and just really great ones. And this series just reaffirmed to me a couple of things, that people are over the hill, and Draymond's right. The clock is ticking on a lot of these guys, right? We also have talked all season a little bit, and give her this. Jordan Poole's not what we thought he was gonna be, at least not right now. My bigger takeaway is me and you watched a couple of these games.
Yeah.
And there was one player in particular that was just missing open threes.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again for somebody who's called the second greatest shooter of all time.
In big moments.
And that's Klay Thompson.
Right.
And to me, that's the separator here. That's where I look at him and I go, it's kind of for him. Maybe it's just a one-off season that's kind of the situation, or was last season the one-off?
Yeah.
The one-off where they kind of came together and like, awesome, Poole's playing great at the right time, Wiggins playing great at the right time, and here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's kind of time to figure it out with them, and I blame the Warriors more for the loss than I give credit to the Lakers, if that makes sense. Like we talk about games like did they win or did they lose situation, but I think it's like honestly a 52-48. Like I don't, you know what I mean? They're all both right there.
Trey?
What I took away from the series is that what we've all said is that the Warriors are, well, not Bob, but I think they've hit their ceiling. And just with, like you noted, that with Klay missing his shots, Draymond Green, he's still the defensive
great
presence.
game 5.
He had a great game 5. He's still the defensive presence. I think they're gonna blow it up, man. And like last year, you guys relied on Wiggins to. That was like the
Second best player
everyone
in the
was like,
finals.
Wiggins is like the biggest reason, and he's not.
Yeah.
Finals MVP talks.
He's
there
not
for a
really
while.
that. I honestly, personally, don't think he's that guy that's gonna like. He could be a key piece in like
He's not
the
carrying
rebuild.
the torch.
No, I think he could be a key piece in that, the rebuild. But you got to keep.
He'll be
You
definitely.
definitely keep Steph out of all these, but I think Draymond's gone. It's up in there. I think he leaves. I think Draymond leaves.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about that, like we said. So, okay. If it wasn't for my good friend and co-host Bob here being a Warriors fan, I would be a lot more celebratory about this loss. But I've been there. I've lost to a team that I hate, most notably the Warriors, so I'm not going to rub it in your face or anything. I've gained a lot of respect for this team and Steph in particular, but I can't lie. It feels good to see this team go down. It feels good to watch the Warriors lose. They become the empire, man. I mentioned this a few months ago. They remind me of the Patriots during their dynasty. It's just like, let it end already. Like last year, they win another title. You're like, are you kidding me? We're still doing this thing?
It's like the Chiefs.
So it feels good to easy there, brother.
Yeah, slow that one.
Sorry there, Michael.
No, I'm not offended. I'm just saying don't make those comparisons just yet. Anyways, being on the other side of 3 of those finals where every single shot they took you expect to go in, and everyone that does is like a hot blade to the heart. It feels good to see them lose. And obviously, it doesn't hurt that it's to the hands of my favorite player, but I would have been satisfied by anybody doing it. It's Kings, anybody, Nuggets. I don't even matter who it was. If the Warriors would have lost, I would have felt good about it. I'm going to be open about that. I am biased towards my general disdain towards the Warriors franchise, but I respect them highly. I do have to acknowledge, though, some of the absolutely ridiculous conversations that were taking place before the series started. Oh, if the Warriors win this series, is Steph better than LeBron all time? Oh, if Steph wins this series, you have to remove LeBron from the Mount Rushmore of basketball. Get the fuck out of here. I have major respect for Steph. Like I said, he's one of the greatest. He's the greatest shooters ever. He's one of the most dynamic players ever. Impacted the game in ways we have yet to fully see, but never, ever in your natural-born sorry-ass life compare LeBron James and Steph Curry ever again. I was very impressed by role players like Austin Reeves. He looks like a completely different player than he did at the start of the season. Lonnie Walker obviously had that huge game 4, the Lonnie Walker game. Rui was making big plays all series. Vando being relentless on D, even though his minutes got cut towards the end of the series. Schroeder setting the tone and out-agitating Draymond. That picture of him where he's flexing on Dre after AD gets the dunk and then the steal and then the foul.
And Dre just puts the ball in his face, like whatever.
Yeah, oh my God.
And he gave him respect after the game, too.
Yeah,
he,
that picture of him, but
yeah.
My point is that, like, he looks like an insane person. And the first thing that
this is your measurement.
Darvin Ham says after one of the first things that he says once he starts giving individual players props in the locker room, he goes, shout out to Dennis Schroeder for setting the tone right away. He got a technical in the first 4 minutes. And at first I was like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Like, you got to win this game, be smart. That was the thing to do, apparently. Got under their skin, got under Draymond Green's skin. What are you talking about? There's something special about this team, man. I know in a minute or two we're going to talk picks, and I'm probably going to be over here alone, but I'm just telling you, I really like what I'm seeing. And as far as the Warriors' future, we're going to talk about that later, so I'll move off of that. Yeah, I mean, you guys talked about Steve Kerr saying that they've maxed out. I don't completely disagree. But I don't think that this series was because of poor roster construction. It was because of poor performance. Sure, they could have used a big defender to try to body up AD, but this was the first series in the Kerr era where the greatest jump shooting team ever just didn't hit their jump shots. Yeah. And that's what happened. I mean, if Klay hits those open, there's a sequence in quarter 3 of a do-or-die game where Klay Thompson catches at the top of the key, slightly contested 3, and LeBron is split between Steph on the right shoulder and Klay in the middle, and he just leaves Klay Thompson wide open to go cover Steph, and he clanks it. That is telling of how little help Steph had in this series. The Lakers executed a damn good defensive game plan, made the appropriate adjustments, and played harder for 4 games. I think that the Warriors had a mentality that might have hurt them too, which we've seen from teams and franchises throughout the history of sports. I just think they assumed they were going to win. They were fresh off the heels of Game 7, Steph's nuclear bomb, and they just thought that they were invincible because that core has beaten LeBron teams in the past. Well, it's not the same. And like I said, I'm sorry to say it, Bob, but I'm glad to see it. So. Ooh. 50 points for everybody again. On to round 3 and our final question for quote unquote. Here are your 2 quotes. The guy's amazing. He brings so much attention. Even just a regular post up or a regular dribble, we're all looking at him. When someone like that says something like that, it means a lot. Or, they were the better team, and that was because of him. He's one of the best ever. Mad respect to him and to all those guys for taking care of business the way they did.
Ooh.
The answer is the second one, and that's Kevin Durant talking about Nikola Jokic.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with it.
Confident. Final answer?
I'm after that. Yeah,
let's
I'm
go
not.
with it.
I'm riding with him. Come on, Bobby boy.
Well, you were close.
Nope.
No, it is Nikola Jokic talking about Kevin Durant talking about Jokic. Yes.
Oh man.
So there was a
Got it.
little mind game there that
That's
I played
fair.
on you.
That's funny.
Yes, the first one is the correct one. That is Nikola Jokic. The guy is amazing. He brings so much attention. Even just a regular post up or a regular dribble, we are all looking at him. When someone like that says something like that, it means a lot. When Kevin Durant called Nikola Jokic one of the best centers to ever touch a basketball.
Yeah.
So the Denver Nuggets defeated the Phoenix Suns in 6 games on Thursday in true blowout fashion. I can't wait to hear Justin go off. The Nuggets led by 30 points at the half and never let their foot off the gas, winning 125-100 in the series clincher. After the series, the Suns fired former Coach of the Year, Monty Williams, with question marks swirling around the future of Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and their new head coaching vacancy. What is next for the Suns, Justin?
Just sell the franchise, burn it all down. You guys suck. This is the 3rd season in a row that it's just been embarrassing at the end. You could make the argument in the finals. We got an all-timer from Giannis, and I get that. It's heartbreaking to lose in the finals like that. But then you had Luka, a one-man show last year, murder you. He owns your entire franchise, and then what happens? Another European guy just murders you. Like, I don't understand what's happening. This obviously is more about Jokic than it is about the Phoenix Suns. I agree a little bit with a lot of people saying they didn't have enough chemistry, they don't have enough depth, and they'll kind of fix that in the offseason. I understand that. They got to find a new coach, which people thought was a little surprising that they fired their
I
head
was
coach.
surprised. We talked about it a
Yes.
couple days before. it happened.
Wildly surprising.
To me, that's the
You
NBA
did,
now.
You did say, do they fire Monty Williams? And I said, I don't
Yes.
think they do.
And because I think the stat is there's only 4 coaches in the league that have been with their teams for 5+ years, and that's people has moved. It's a coaching carousel all the time, unless you're winning or you're Greg Popovich. Like,
Sure.
that's the only way you're not getting fired. So for me, I go okay, but to me this is way more about Nikola Jokic and the fact that he's the only player in the league now that can dethrone Giannis as the best player in the world if he wins the title.
Okay. Got it. Bob.
I like it. Anyway,
Great question.
great question as always. This series never really captured me. You know, like I never was like, oh, I cannot wait to watch this game.
Yeah, same, dude. Same.
I was not like, oh, I'm so excited for this game tonight. And to see, and then to see the Monty Williams firing, yeah, it was surprising. I definitely think he's a great coach. I know towards the end of his tenure at the Pelicans, a lot of people were saying, yeah, he's just coasting, you know what I mean? And then he goes to Phoenix, 63% win percentage over 4 years is wicked.
Yeah.
Like, that's really good. And turn that franchise into the bottom of the Pacific Division to the top.
Yeah.
So in a division that has the Lakers and the Warriors,
Yeah.
like, it's incredibly respectable. I don't know. I think this is awesome. I think this has a lot of like zoomed out drama on the owner scale and specter,
Really?
because we never really talk about the owners enough, I don't think, because it's so fascinating that this billionaire
Matt
came
Ishbia.
in, bought the team, made the biggest trade probably in its history,
In the Suns trade?
in the Suns
Oh,
history,
yeah.
definitely,
That and Barkley, yeah.
and then goes on
Nash.
to we now understand he is now in charge of all basketball operations and then dismisses the head coach.
Monty Williams.
It's really, really funny watching like someone coming in here like, hey, I believe this is the right thing to do. I don't like the way it was running before. That's why I purchased it. That's why I'm changing it.
Yeah.
But we don't see it as immediate or as impactful or as just, whoa, this really is like the first thing we talk about when we talk about the Suns is how Matt Ishbia, it's now his team.
Yeah, he's got his fingerprints all over it in 6 months.
Yeah.
Do you think it was the wrong move firing Monty Williams? Because you said it was surprising. Do you think it was the wrong move?
I think it was the wrong move.
Okay.
But I think we always see that a lot, right? We also
I think it was the
forget
wrong
too. We have Milwaukee, right? The reason Bud's really out, Milwaukee new ownership. So new ownership, And so
I don't think that's the sole reason, though.
But I think that happens a lot,
But-
right?
but yeah,
so
no,
new
you're
ownership
exactly
comes
right.
in,
Yeah.
You're not my guy. You're
Yeah.
here, and you have been kind of successful, but
I
not
get
where
that.
I want you to be.
That makes sense.
I get the point you're
And I
making,
think
yeah.
you just go,
I think I
can
know
do it
someone
better.
else who can do it. Yeah,
Exactly.
that is exactly.
Hey, real quick, Trey, before I get to you,
Yeah.
I pulled up Andrew Wiggins' basketball reference a minute ago when we were talking about the Warriors. Yeah, I'm just going to give you some nicknames for Andrew
saw
Wiggins
this.
just because I think it's funny. Maple Jordan, Junior Jordan, The Prospect, Mr. Fantastic, Wiggs, Two-Way Wiggs, and Air Canada. Anyways, Trey, what are your thoughts on the Suns Nuggets series and the Suns' future?
I'm
Air
happy.
Canada.
I'm happy with how it turned out. Obviously, Jokic played amazing, averaged a triple-double in the series. Was my MVP for the regular season as well.
well, so your
I was gonna
actual
say,
preseason
the
MVP
actual
was Ja
MVP.
Morant.
But no, I don't know why I bought in on the Suns. I did say that they were my, once they made that trade and all that.
Me
it's like,
too.
how couldn't they be your favorite? But this team has zero chemistry. Yes, they have Kevin Durant, great player. What's the guy's name?
Devin Booker.
Yeah. Brain fart. Great player. Chris Paul, great point guard.
Yeah.
But I mean, these guys, it's not a great team. They had zero depth.
Yeah.
We saw what Kevin Durant and Kyrie, great players, played together. They got swept by the Celtics. This team they need to have years. So I think it was they need some years to build the chemistry. I think that it was bad to fire Monty Williams.
Yep.
I think they should have given him at least another year.
With
But
Kevin
the new-
Durant and Booker and all that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
I
At
get
least another year.
your point though.
With
Justin.
the
You're
ownership.
not my guy. Yeah, I get that.
That makes a
but
lot of sense.
Yeah, I think Monty Williams is a great coach.
he is a great coach.
But I
He's-
think you just go for a revamp. You're like, all right, let's just
Yeah, I
shuffle
get
it up.
So the Suns just did not, we've mentioned it, but they just didn't have the depth to keep up with the Nuggets, man. Every team that's left in the playoffs has a notable strength over the teams they've defeated, and it's depth. All of them.
Yep.
Heat, deep. Celtics, obviously, deep. Nuggets, deep. Lakers, deep. The Suns gutted their roster for KD, which I still believe you got to do. You never get a chance at a guy like KD. You got to do it. But there's two stars just weren't enough. Booker was fantastic in this series. Him and KD did everything they could. But I think that Embiid quote applies more to this series than it does the Sixers series. Two guys can't do it on its own. That's 5v5. But Kevin Durant and Devin Booker wouldn't come out and say
Those
that.
two guys damn near averaged 80 points half the fucking
Like
games.
they did what they could.
When
yeah.
I read that quote,
Oh.
I had to stop and reread it. I was like, did I?
Right.
No, that wasn't who I thought just said that, right?
And
Oh, wait, it
Chris
was.
Paul was hurt.
Yeah, but okay.
Ayton was hurt.
And
so we can,
That helped him.
So
Spoiler alert: Phoenix playoff.
Yeah.
Chris Paul injured.
And so that's the
Yeah.
thing, right? It is like, okay,
what's new?
That's guaranteed.
What's going to happen with Chris Paul? I don't know. There's a lot of theories and ideas. Trey, you mentioned he's going to the Lakers.
Retire.
I pray to God he does not go to LA. But I don't know. I think they might move him. I think they got to move Ayton because he clearly wants nothing to do with the entire state of Arizona.
It's crazy. That's
he
his
doesn't want to
hometown.
be anywhere
Bro,
there.
I think the Monty thing
Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe
he wants
that's
to
why
live
they.
somewhere where it's not the desert.
I think they fired
too hot.
Monty because
Man's
Monty and
not hot.
him had a lot of. I
but
think
they're going to get off him too.
Well, he
They
said
better.
that he loves
Our
Phoenix
audio
and he wants to
listeners
stay there.
is
He just said
crazy.
that the other
Bro,
day. He wants to stay in Phoenix.
Justin says a lot of stuff.
I think Ishbia's
Oh,
hearing.
Ayton, not Justin.
No, I'm saying everybody.
yeah,
People
true.
say things.
Yeah,
Men lie,
true,
women
true.
lie, numbers don't lie. He did not give a shit about the series when it was happening. All right, we're running long already. Let's move on. And it's
It's time for Bob's Buckets.
Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Bob's Buckets.
hey,
Hello, Bob.
So obviously we were just talking about the coaching carousel. That is exactly what we're talking about here on
Nice.
Buckets
Yes.
today.
Nice.
Well done, everyone. Good job setting that up, even though we don't. Anyway, I'm going to talk Monty. I do think Philadelphia will move Doc. I don't think they're going to keep Doc around. I think
Good.
Monty would be a pretty good addition into the 76ers.
I like that.
He was an ex-assistant for Doc previously, so he knows the system. He understands.
I like it less now.
It's an easy plug, easy plug and play for Monty. Nick Nurse. I think he goes to Phoenix.
Really?
I think it's, hey, you guys can fucking score. I'll come up with some wacky defensive schemes, whatever I need to do on my end, because Nick Nurse is an X's and O's guy. Defense first, and he can come up with some really creative things. I think if that's on him to cover, boom, all you need is 1 year in chemistry of Booker and KD to really make some waves. So looking forward to that one. Detroit. I think Bud goes to Detroit. I think Mike gets hired and goes to
Okay.
Detroit. However,
Okay.
Detroit has interviewed big assistant for Bud, Charles Lee, twice, however. So it's kind of interesting to see an assistant and a head coach go for
Everybody's
the
getting
same
interviewed.
job.
JJ Redick
Yeah.
got an interview, which wouldn't be outlandish, but
Hey, yeah, he's in my honorable
sorry,
mentions.
go ahead.
Exactly. But you have to think, even with Detroit, you might get Victor Wembanyama. You have to think that step, that future. Who do you want to be the first NBA coach for this future once in a generation? And Bud's not a bad call. It's safe. It's really, it's just safe. You know, you're not going to put anything extra in there. You're not going to screw it up, but he will get the rest he needs, time, whatever.
Yeah, you don't want him to play anyway.
Yeah, I think Bud goes to
Detroit.
I think Bud goes to Detroit. And then finally, Becky Hammon, Raptors. We talked about it. I just love owning it. It's a fringe team in a smaller market with the most diverse market in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors, by far.
Yeah.
Still brings championship pedigree. I think Becky is awesome. Please hire her. We need.
I hope so.
We need a female head coach.
But
in the
it's not
NBA.
just anybody. It needs to be
But
her.
it's Becky fucking Hammon. Like
It
she's
needs to be
awesome.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
Oh, and then honorable mentions, of course, JJ Redick
Yep.
and Frank Vogel.
Vogel should probably get his name back in the mix, I think. I want Nurse to go to Milwaukee.
I was gonna say I want Mark Jackson to get
No.
back on a team.
Jackson's
I want
back
him to go to the Bucks.
After him,
Mark
not
Jackson
picking
to the
Jokic.
Bucks. Dude, he's the reason why the Warriors are what they are. Let's not hate. Let's not hate.
He built the house.
He built the house,
but
and
Steve Kerr furnished it. Okay.
And then
Okay, well,
Steph Curry
we'll
lived
say
in
that.
it. What are we talking about?
and Bob Myers.
But Mark
owned
Jackson
it.
made all
Like,
those moves to build that.
What about
What?
if Doc's leaving? Where's he going? And then also
Doc retires. That was another
He's
thing.
He ain't
He's not gonna
retired.
retire.
No.
Mike D'Antoni.
There's so many names. It's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see it.
Really excited.
Okay, let's get to speed takes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this. Now it is.
Oh yeah.
All right. You know what's coming.
Here it is. Let's go.
Celtics Heat. Who you got? How many games and why?
I've got the Heat in 7.
Wow.
I'm owning it. I do not bet against playoff Jimmy Butler anymore. Don't do it. You will hate it. You'll hate yourself too. And also, not only that, yes, Celtics are deep, a lot of depth. Defense is okay, not as great as offense. I think the Heat have a better defense and and better coaching by a long shot. I think.
Heat?
Yeah, Heat
Okay.
by a long shot.
Okay.
Woo.
I thought you were saying
Hell
Missoula.
no,
I was
God,
like,
you're
what?
high. You're high. You think Missoula is like even a top?
He's not a very
20
good coach. He's
coach.
not a very good coach.
Yeah. Anyway,
Justin?
yeah.
I've got Celtics in 6. I think that we've seen the Jimmy Butler explosion, and it's cooling off now. I think Jason Tatum's ascending, Jaylen Brown's ascending. That's, I think, too much for just Jimmy Butler to handle, and I don't see that Bam Adebayo. If Joel Embiid can't handle Al Horford, how is Bam Adebayo going to handle Al Horford?
That's so,
And
funny. I can't wait.
Like, their team is just more, there's just deeper team. Like, it's a better overall roster, especially now that obviously the Tyler Hero's not coming back. So, like, I got Celtics in 6.
Trey.
Celtics in 6. Dude, the biggest key is going to be Derek White. And how you said the Celtics don't have good D. I mean, I think they have better D than the Heat, and Derek White's going to be that huge factor that's going to step in.
Statistically, they're nearly identical on defense.
Identical?
Yeah.
Yeah, matchup wise, I just think, Tatum, he's going to overpower.
Bet against the Heat. Keep
Yep.
doing it, boys.
Let's do it.
Keep
Look,
doing it.
I love the Heat, and I acknowledge how good the Heat are, and I've been on the Heat ride for the last couple months with them in the playoffs and all that, but we all know what I'm picking. I picked the Celtics to go to the finals in the preseason. I'm not jumping ship now. I didn't jump ship when they were down 3-2. I'm staying with the Celtics. I'm going Celtics in 7 out of respect for the Heat and how they match up with the Heat and their last season's Eastern Conference matchup.
Yes.
Eastern Conference Finals matchup went 7 games, and if it wasn't for 2 inches from, was it
Jimmy Butler?
no, the shooter, I forget his name now, for the Heat, Max
Strus.
not Strus.
Duncan.
No, anyways, 2 inches, they would have won that game and gone to the finals. So
The big difference, though, Tyler Hero's hurt.
Tyler Hero is hurt, and that is going to
Which
hurt
is
them.
fascinating
'Cause
because
he's
they
struggling.
don't need him apparently.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really.
well,
Like,
but the
they've
Knicks
gone this far.
The Knicks are not the Celtics.
They will.
No.
You know
God,
who
no.
is though? The Bucks, and they dismantled them in 5. So we'll see.
Destroyed.
I've got Celtics in 7 because of I'm not gonna jump ship now. I can see the Heat winning this game though, or this series though. Let's do it, boys. Lakers Nuggets. Who you got? How many games? And why?
I think I will be a huge idiot if I don't pick the Nuggets. But I also think I will be a massive idiot if I bet against LeBron James. It's still the playoffs. It's still like if you're the one dude on your team and you can control the outcome, you're probably going to win. Outside of Steph Curry's situation, of course. But with a Jokic or a Butler, it's so tough. Give me Lakers in 7.
Woo! Justin?
I got Nuggets in 6.
Okay.
I've got Nuggets in 6 because they're going to have the best player in the series. In my opinion, by a decent margin. We saw earlier this season, earlier in the playoffs, when both the Lakers and the Warriors won their first round matchups. And everybody was like, there was that thing that came out that you showed us. It was like, there will be a day when there's not Steph Curry. There will be a day when there's not LeBron James. But that day is not today. It's not a new era yet. It is. It is. Sorry. They're older. They're not as good. And Jokic?
The team isn't, and LeBron is. They are younger as a team than the Nuggets are.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
They're, meaning, sorry, the old guard. That's what I was getting at here. Is Anthony Davis cannot guard Nikola Jokic.
And vice versa, though.
Very much so.
And vice versa.
In fact, I think
Yes.
AD wins that matchup.
that comes down to
Hang on
play.
a
Sorry, go
sec.
ahead. Do your thing.
Anthony Davis cannot guard Nikola Jokic because if you put Anthony Davis on Nikola Jokic, what is he going to do?
Bring him out of the paint.
He's going to bring him out of the paint,
Let's go.
and also average a triple-double, which he's already going to do for probably the entirety of the playoffs, all the way into the finals when they win. But they can't do anything with this team. They have a better roster overall in Denver than the Lakers have. And I'm sorry, I know that Nikola Jokic can't defend Anthony Davis, but do you know who can? Every other game offensively guards Anthony Davis.
That was not true for the Warriors series.
Damn near.
He had no, not damn near. He had one bad game.
I said offensively.
Right, offensively, he had one bad game. Andy
Sure.
did.
Okay.
I don't think
Absolutely
so.
dismantled
All right,
again,
him. Yeah.
Trey,
It's,
what do you-
I'm gonna
it's crazy to me
What?
that the Lakers would even potentially have an actual shot to win the series.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
definitely think Lakers in 7. And
Lakers
or
in
no,
7?
no, not Lakers. No,
Oh, I was like, you're jumping ship.
Nuggets in 7. The reason why is because Jokic, and the reason why it's going to be a huge matchup. AD, Jokic. Yes, AD has the defensive presence. Yes, Jokic has the offensive presence, but he's going to do just like Justin said. He's going to bring him out the paint, and then you got Aaron Gordon down there that's just going to eat. And yes, you have Jared Vanderbilt that will match up well, but then you got Jamal Murray who's just going to eat. So
He's going to eat more than Steph Curry did?
yeah, and if you're relying on
He's gonna do better than Steph Curry did?
if you're relying on
Jokic
Austin,
is.
hey, and if you're relying on Austin Reeves to win you games, I'm sorry, it's not gonna cut
Lonnie
it.
Walker.
Not
win
gonna
you
cut
games?
it.
Okay, then you're
Not gonna
relying
cut
on
it.
Aaron Gordon. And you're
Aaron
relying
Gordon
on
is
Michael
way
Porter
better
Jr.
than Michael Porter Jr.
You're relying on long guards versus guys who can
Let me
actually-
finish here. I'm big Mizzou fan. Michael Porter Jr. has not even gotten his chance. He's had 1 year of being injury free.
I know he's your favorite player, so I had to say
like
it. I'm
actually
sorry.
like Jamal Murray's back to playing like how he was playing in the bubble. Michael Porter Jr. is playing well. But then there's LeBron James, so it gets you worried. But other than that, no, they're not matching up. It's Nuggets in 7.
Nuggets in 7. All right. Well, I was surprised that Bob took the Lakers. I thought I'd be the only one on this panel taking the Lakers. I'm going Lakers in 6. We've seen the blueprint so far in this playoffs. They'll steal a game on the road, and then they'll win their home games, and then it's over in 6. There's a lot of strategies going into this. You know, Darvin Ham said before or today he was interviewed, and they said, "What's your plan to stop Jokic?" And he said, "Hopefully kidnap him after a nap." You can't stop him, but they can stop everybody else. They can stop everybody else.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
When you eliminate Aaron
Yeah.
Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., and you completely
I'm
make
sorry if I don't
who's
see
stopping Murray?
Michael Porter Jr. winning the Nuggets a playoff series.
Who's stopping Murray?
Who's stopping Murray? They
He
just
can
held
score.
Here's the thing, though. I think that the strategy for the Lakers is going to be, Jokic, do your thing. Go off. Average a triple-double. Go ahead. Let the other guys beat us. If KCP goes for 30 one night, okay, fine. It's just like Draymond said. If Austin Reeves goes crazy and beats you out of a playoff series, you got to live with that. It's the same thing. If KCP is the one to do it, and don't get it twisted, there's going to be a KCP
Oh, yeah.
game.
Revenge,
He's going to have
big
8
time.
threes or something.
Big time.
I'm not making any big, bold proclamations. They're going to dog walk them. They're going to beat the trash. No, Jokic is trash. Nothing like that. This team is amazing. The Nuggets are a great franchise and a great team. Lakers in 6, and I'll see you in the finals. Ja Morant has been suspended indefinitely from all team activities for flashing a gun on an Instagram Live.
Again!
What's next?
He is so stupid. He has got to be the dumbest person I have ever seen in my life. When you have $300+ million already in endorsements, and you pull a gun out, and then you do it again 2 months later after you were suspended for it.
Break his computer. He's about to smash his
He
computer.
is so stupid. It makes all of us
Lightly
who
put it
don't
down.
make $300 million upset, because it's like,
For real.
I want that. I won't do something like
I
this.
want that.
He's the only person doing this. No one else in the NBA does this.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Ja Morant.
Bars. Go off. Go ahead.
Hey, Bob. Fuck you, Ja Morant.
Congrats.
For the whole season. And it's literally only because it's a repeat thing with the same shit.
the
What
s-
are you doing?
It's Instagram Live still. It's not even like Facebook Live or TikTok. It's still Instagram.
What are we
creative?
Adam Silver, get in touch with Facebook and ban him. You haven't banned from all of it. Get
It was
out of
his
here.
friend on live.
I don't ban anybody.
him too.
Hey, if anybody's talked to John Morant, you're banned
Banned.
for this shit too. I don't tell you, it's ridiculous. What are we doing?
We're supposed to be talking
You're
about the finals,
You
not
said he's gonna
John
be the
Morant's
MVP, and I'm not
Instagram.
dogging on you. You said he's gonna be an MVP. I thought he could be potentially the best American-born player in the league very soon. No, he's gonna be the biggest what if in NBA history if, hang on, he keeps this up. And guess what? The likelihood is he will.
I'm predicting Ja Morant to the Spurs in at least 5 years.
I'm predicting John
Weird.
Morant to Leavenworth Prison in the next 5 years.
They need to get
Trey.
that boy out of Memphis.
Yeah.
No, but he just needs to he needs to separate himself. Just focus on him and his daughter. I know he has a kid. Like, dude, yes, you're a high profile athlete. You need to have a gun on you, but you don't need to be flashing it around.
You don't need to have a gun on you.
You don't even have a gun.
Not even need that. No, okay, he doesn't need to have a gun on him, but
He
I
doesn't
mean,
even need to be in
dude,
the same
these
room
guys-
as someone
okay,
with a gun.
you got to think about this dude. This dude is a high profile athlete. He walks around with hundreds of $1,000s worth of jewelry on him. He wants to be like the rappers out there. He wants to look cool, wear the shiny jewelry. You have to have protection on you if you're going to be out, but you don't need to be like, dude, buy all the guns you want, keep them in your house or keep them concealed. Don't put it on the freaking camera.
Basketball is so
and-
synonymous because we want to be them, but they want to be
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
Like,
it's stupid. Just
My one
making all
question
that
is,
money.
you're a Chiefs guy.
yeah.
Yeah. How many guns do you think Patrick Mahomes is walking around with?
To be honest, he probably has one in his car. Guarantee you. He
I
does.
guarantee you he doesn't.
Okay. All right. We're in weird.
What about Frank
we're,
Clark?
We're in weird hypothetical land. We're in weird hypothetical land. Adam
Anyway.
Silver, suspend him for the year.
Yeah.
do it.
Suspend him for the year
Yep.
without pay. Suspended
Yes.
without gone.
A full
Yes.
year?
Yes,
Yes.
a full
Yeah.
year.
One whole
We
season.
tried the whole 8
One whole.
games thing. He sat down with him and went to a rehab facility for
hey.
48 hours.
Off in
Get-
Florida for
get
5
rid
days.
of-
Are you kidding me?
Get rid of him for a year.
kidding me?
I love Ja. We picked him as MVP regular season before the season
did.
started. Get rid of him for the year. And if it ever happens again, lifetime ban done. I don't care. You're a young, you said American athlete who is like all these young kids are going to look up to you, and you just can't be doing this stuff. It's such a bad image. Forget yourself. You want to make yourself look like trash, that's one thing. But you can't put this on the NBA when you were a top 10 MVP finisher. You can't.
It brings
No.
down
Get
the
rid of him for the year.
organization.
Get rid of him for the year. And if it ever anything even remotely like this happens again, you are permanently banned from the league. I love Ja.
He
I
will
hope
never
he
win.
figures it out. I hope for his daughter's sake and his family's sake and all that, he does get his fear. And for his own sake, he gets it figured out. If this ever happens again, lifetime ban. I'm sick of seeing it.
I think it's too late.
Sorry, he's here with us. The draft lottery is tomorrow. We will finally find out where superstar prospect Victor Wembanyama is going. It's impossible to predict, but who wins the draft lottery tomorrow night and who gets Victor?
With a 6% chance,
Oh,
the Indiana Pacers will select
wow.
Victor Wembanyama with the #1 overall pick.
Nice.
Adding to that, Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton, rookie sensation, Benny Mathurin last year. Yeah, 6.8. Sorry, so closer to 7%. 7% is pretty legit.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that, but realistically, I want him to go to Detroit. Hey, brother, Motor City, let's run it.
Justin.
So I'm very torn. I'd love my Washington Wizards to get Victor Wembanyama.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Maybe 6.7
Maybe not.
tomorrow.
Probably not.
Anything is
Where I
possible.
would really love for him to go, and I think it would actually help the league the most, is to the Portland Trailblazers and give Damian
That'd be
Lillard
nice.
a very
That'd be
fun
crazy.
second player to play with, because Wembanyama's not on a 7 to 9 year timeline. If we're talking about him the way we're talking about as we're talking about him, he's on a let's fucking go timeline. That'd be very fun to me. Obviously San Antonio would be great. I just don't know how longer Pop's going to be there to actually coach up a team. Like I that's the only way San Antonio to me is fun is if Pop's like, I'm
Agreed.
all in, here we go,
Well, I
and
think
they can
the
build.
only
a
way
thing.
he is all in is if he gets him. The only
That's
way he
true.
retires, or sorry, the only way he sticks around is if they gets him.
Yeah.
I think he retires if they don't get him, honestly. Trey?
Yeah.
Agreed.
I honestly think that Charlotte's gonna get him. I think
Oh
he's gonna
my
put-
God.
I think he's gonna put. I think that's where he
Kill
goes.
us.
But I honestly want to see him go to Orlando or Houston.
Yes. Ooh.
And the
Okay,
reason why
okay.
Houston has a young team, Orlando and Houston does, but Houston, it would help them out so much more than Orlando.
I think it would build
Orlando
a
has
culture.
Paolo and Houston.
May?
I mean, they already
With
have.
Ime?
Hate it.
Yeah.
Don't hate it.
They have 2 all rookies and Tarek Eason, I want to say his name is, and then the big guy from Auburn. Forgot his name.
Oh.
Brain fart.
I sure don't know.
Shingun?
No, not Shangoon. He was the no.
I don't know.
He's
Anyways.
top pick, but
James Booknitz, no.
No.
It's something weird.
Smith.
So
Oh,
I've got.
yeah.
I would like to see him go to either Oklahoma City,
Of course.
with a 1.7% chance,
Of course.
or Orlando with a 9% chance. Any of the other teams, I'm like, all right. If it's Charlotte, I have to hate him for his whole career, and that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate him. I want to like him a lot. If he goes to the Hornets, I hate it so much.
It's
What
gonna
if he's on
happen.
my Wizards?
It's
You
gonna
gonna be a
happen.
fan?
Hey, real quick, sure. If we're talking SGA, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Chet, Poku, and
J-Dub.
Victor, J-Dub,
You
J-
said like
other
7
J-Dub,
players.
Yeah.
So you only play 5
Yeah.
at a time.
right? That's a core.
They have
that's a
a
core,
deep
brother.
core
don't
of
know-
8 right
Yeah,
off the
deep
bat.
Here's what I
core.
will
It's like
say.
Silo.
I'm excited to learn what Chet's gonna be because we haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, but if the two of them are developing next to each other at the same time, golly, brother.
They do the same thing.
All right, we got to move on, and we're going to a quick, hopefully, YB mystery game. Welcome to the YB mystery game. None of you guys know how this game works,
Not
right?
at all.
Correct.
Perfect. Think of a number between 1 and 1,000.
995.
92.
64.
It was 910. Justin, you are correct. Well
Hell
done.
yeah.
Good job.
You
dude.
get to go first. All right.
Proud of you.
Number 1. Let's do this one. Bringing back the claves.
And you just want me to go, right?
Huh? No, I'm doing it. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Number 1. LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Jimmy Butler.
Miami Heat.
That is correct.
Nice. Wait, these are each worth.
Let's go with 25.
Protecting his lead. I get it.
You're keeping points, right?
Well, I can get points if you're wrong, so no. Trey,
Michael?
Trey.
Magic Johnson,
Bob.
Justin.
Wilt Chamberlain, Julius Randle.
Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, Julius Randle.
It's the claves every time.
I love the
Magic
what are they
Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, man.
I'm
I
gonna
was
need an
thinking
answer.
Lakers. Oh, no, but they.
5.
Oh, yeah, Lakers. Duh.
That is correct.
Close.
25 points for you.
Thought I almost
Hey,
fumbled
George.
that.
What?
Sorry. I was reading the name George when I said that. Also, I always get you and George confused.
Because he's also an incredibly handsome and
Yes, I look up to
Hi,
the both
George.
of you.
yeah. Bob, thanks. Yeah, go ahead.
Paul George, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Eric Bledsoe.
Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh.
Nice. Little sneak there was the Thunder potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did not get me for half second.
Yeah, okay. Justin.
Okay.
This is only round 1. Justin, round 2. Mario Chalmers, Allen Iverson, Gilbert Arenas.
Memphis Grizzlies?
Oh.
Well done, sir.
you.
Yes, another 25 to you.
Nice.
Chalmers was the weird one.
Whoa.
Yeah, he played like 25 games there.
That's
Trey,
a really tough one. I was thinking numbers.
All right.
Leandro Barbosa, DJ Augustine, and Jalen Rose.
Phoenix Suns.
25 to me. That is the Indiana Pacers.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Yes. I was like, I knew it's the Pacers.
Oh, it was the Raptors.
Bob.
Whoops.
Rounding out round 2 here.
Okay.
Will Barton, Ennis Cantor, Patty Mills. Trey says he knows it.
We
Not
can't
his
steal
turn,
these points.
Will
Okay,
Barton, Patty Mills, and what was the other one?
Ennis Cantor, now known as Ennis Freedom.
Fadoom.
This one
Oh, you like the.
is.
I like the.
Oh,
I'm almost
yeah.
positive I know it.
You're gonna need an answer.
Yeah, you're gonna
5,
get a weird one here. I'm
4,
gonna go with Philadelphia 76ers.
Nope. 25 points to me. Do you know it?
Portland.
Yes, it is Portland. Does not count. 25 to me. All right, Justin. Beginning and ending round 3. Tyson Chandler, Tony Douglas, Mario Hezonja. Trey knows it as well.
Wait,
again.
who was the first one?
Is this the Knicks?
Tyson Chandler?
Yeah!
It is the Knicks. Well done.
Nice, bro.
Nicely done. 25 to you.
Adonia did it.
Nice. Trey, Kwame Brown, Al Harrington, Austin Rivers. I just picture a guy.
I'm thinking 2 teams here, but
Yeah.
It's this.
You seen the drum line?
It's not those drums, though.
No, but I want it to be. In
I
my mind
know.
it is.
Yeah, okay. I love those
Gonna
drums.
need an
They're
answer.
big, they have
He
really
doesn't
big-
even know
Washington
drums.
Wizards.
Let's go!
Wow.
25. All right, Bob, you drew the short straw.
I guess so.
Last one. Reese Gaines, Jason Lawson, and Tree Rollins. They're all real players.
Well, I know because I've got my boy Tree's jersey.
Yeah, Tree Rollins.
Yeah.
Hanging up in the room.
Hanging up.
Touch
yeah.
the grass, kind of touch the leaves, maybe.
Touch the leaves.
There you go.
Touch the bark.
I'm gonna
Touch
go
the
ahead and Give you
roots.
these points.
What are the names again, just so the viewers and listeners can
yeah.
hear them again?
Reese Gaines, Jason Lawson, and Tree Rollins.
Oh, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, 25 more to me. It's
Nuggets.
magic.
Ah.
That's the magic. Good job, gentlemen. That was a really quick YB mystery game there. And that means it's... No, not that. Oh, we're
Alrighty,
back.
guys.
So good to be back.
Back for the fun fact.
Hey.
All
Back with the fact.
So on Friday, May 12th, we already talked about it. The Lakers finished off the Golden State Warriors, ending Game 6 Clay. With LeBron scoring 30 points.
Hey.
Austin Reeves dropped 23.
Had Steph in a blender, too.
He's been huge. But let's get to the facts. Steve Kerr has now lost 3 playoff series out of 31 against Western Conference opponents. As a player and coach, all 3 have been against the Lakers. And that the years being 2001, 2002, and 2023. Now,
God, he's
like,
going to hate them.
we talked about Bob Myers being on the fence about, if he's going to be there or stay with the team. What's next for the Warriors, guys?
So, yeah, this is something that we kind of skipped over earlier, and we are going to have to make this one kind of quick, gentlemen. We're running on time here.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're going to keep Poole or not. I don't know if it's the right move or not. I know you had some big things to say there, Justin, but he got the contract last year because of an incredible playoff run. Now we're questioning if we should trade him because of a really poor playoff run. So I think you give him another. Let's say it's the median. Let's say he meets in the middle. I don't know that he's worth that money, but I also don't know that he's worth trading.
Justin, I feel like you should go first on this, actually.
Oh, I think I got a really good idea here, and
All
it's
right,
really
go
going to
for
root
it.
against myself here.
Yep.
The Warriors need to call the Washington Wizards, and they need to go, hey, you guys need to start a rebuild. We're going to trade you Jordan Poole and
I see
pick a
this.
couple of other players and get Kristaps Porzingis. Because Kristaps gives them the rim protection they don't have. He can also stretch the floor. They need to let Draymond Green either opt out and go play for the Lakers or find a suitable trade with the Lakers to do all that because he obviously wants to go there. They also need to reset and potentially, if they want to go the full 9, you need to look at trading Klay Thompson for defensive-minded wing help.
So you're saying
little bit.
full blow up.
I said no because you're keeping.
So move the shooting
in my
guards.
scenario, you're gonna get a shooting guard. You still have Steph Curry. You still have Andrew Wiggins. You then get Kristaps Porzingis. You still have Kevon Looney.
You keep
And
Kuminga.
then
If you're the
if
Warriors,
if you have to throw Kuminga in, like
you may have to throw Kuminga
to
with Poole.
get KP, and I think that's fine, right?
Or
Not a
Moody.
big deal because also the money is going to wind up. You're going to be over the cap anyway.
Yes.
You're the Warriors. You're going to be over the cap anyway.
Yeah.
So even trading for other contracts where you're going to be over the cap doesn't really matter because you're going to pay that money. So yeah, I do think you do all those moves, and I think those moves make the Warriors very scary. Depending on who they can get back for Clay, but also you could keep Clay, and I wouldn't hate it.
if you're the
you get
Warriors,
those
do you
moves
let
back.
Dre walk?
Yes.
Here's the thing:
No.
No. I'm tripping. No. You got to get something for him.
Draymond
His
Green's
defensive
in
presence.
control of all that.
Let's say he opts
He's all
out.
defensive.
Let's say he opts out and he doesn't want a max contract. Nothing ludicrous, nothing crazy. Something necessarily appropriate. Do you bring him back?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
He's literally the anchor of that team, defensive wise.
I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
Keep
proved that he's been the best defensive player in
On
a
the
given
Warriors team.
year
Yeah.
Yeah.
across the entire league.
Yeah, it was
The
years ago,
man-
but yes.
Yeah, the man is a defensive-minded presence that can absolutely turn the game around on a defensive floor.
And he gets
Just
into
fine.
people's heads. So
Exactly.
if
That's
you
Dre.
want to
the
maximize
most
the rest
valuable
of
to them.
Steph, you have to reload and you have to give up some things to go get new stuff. That's how it works in this league. We can see them hold on and we can see them just
Flame out.
disintegrate and flame
Yeah,
out if you
yep.
really want to do that.
Yeah.
But then
That's a
you
good
don't
point.
rebuild. Then
give up
Then
Clay,
you-
keep Dre.
Yes.
So at the end of the day,
Crazy.
there's the big hypothetical trade that changes the entire face of the team, which is, Joel Embiid, you hate Philadelphia? Come to Golden State. You can have whoever the fuck you want, and we will take him. Absolutely. Jordan Poole, I think, is an awesome move. I think you absolutely trade his ass.
would
That
take-
contract is insane. Yeah, I get it, Michael. He had one great performance in the playoffs. That's why he gets the bag. That's a big motherfucking bag or whatever for not to perform in the next season.
Yeah.
I don't think Jordan Poole needs to come back next season. I think Dre comes back. I think
Adam Silver.
I like
I
the
think
I
you-
like the Kristaps one.
I don't.
think
I
this
don't.
is a perfect
know,
representation of how spoiled Warriors
be a
fans are. No offense,
Yes.
Bob.
No, you're right.
Because
Because
one
the
year they don't make the
expectation-
finals, and now they're like, blow it up, get rid of them. Because
No,
what are we talking about?
No.
They're in
I'm saying
shambles.
move Jordan. Don't move. Keep the
Okay.
team. Keep the core. Don't blow it up. Secure Bob Myers. Make sure
I don't know.
he's
I
still
think
around.
that's the least likely of all
if
the
he
outcomes.
if
I don't
he
think he's coming
walks, watch the rest of the
Can
team
somebody,
follow.
and this is a genuine question, I'm not trying to start an argument. Tell me the moves Bob Myers has made
Kevin
that
Durant.
have been so, but like,
back. Sure, that was Kevin Durant's doing,
That's-
but yeah.
yeah. So like outside of
Well,
that,
he's consistently kept players around the team that have been.
here's
that
some
have-
money. Here's
Oh,
some
Draymond Green
money.
punched one of
Yes.
our players
But, like,
in the face.
no, my
hey,
thing is,
That's
like-
a GM's job.
Yes, but like I feel like when I think
He's
of
a
a really
brilliant
he's a brilliant GM.
I'm not
What
saying
is-
he's terrible. What I'm saying
Where's
is,
this going?
I just don't look at him going, oh, he's making these.
He's
He's
mid.
not wheeling and dealing. You know who wheels and deals?
'Cause
Danny Ainge.
He hasn't had.
Like,
What?
Where
When was the last championship Danny Ainge won? 2008?
I don't know why you just randomly threw Danny. Next.
Weird. No,
I don't-
Bob Myers is a great GM.
Yeah,
He's one of the better
incredible.
GMs. He's probably a top 5 GM in the league because time and time again, season after season, he's kept the Warriors roster stacked with talent that has led Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, at one point Kevin Durant, to multiple titles, 4 titles, and it's not like he's the sole reason for it. Of course not, but. You got to try to keep Bob Myers, but I don't know that he's going to stay. I think that's the least likely. All right, new game. Here we go. It's called Ball or Nothing. Golly, I love that one. That one makes me angry.
Damn, YB, where'd you find that?
All right, welcome to Ball or Nothing. In this game, you will be given a trivia question, and the 3 of you will have to bid for the chance to answer it. The higher you bid, the more points you stand to win or lose. There are 3 rounds in this game. In round 1, you will hear the whole question before you bid. In round 2, some key words or phrases will be missing from the question before you bid. And in round 3, you will only know the category of the question before you bid. Quick point, as I mentioned to you before, gentlemen, but just for the listeners, these points do not directly correlate and translate to your points for the month, only this game, so don't be stingy thinking that you get to keep these points for the month. A winner will be awarded a set amount of points at the end of the game, depending on how the game goes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Everybody understand how this goes?
Yes.
Gotcha. Let's do this one now. We will start the bidding when the question is done. Again, reminder, you've got a scoreboard up. You all
are
can
we
see.
going in order? Or are we just shouting out bids?
We'll
figure it out.
We should probably go in order.
Question.
One doesn't hear.
Question 1. What year did Steph Curry win the only unanimous MVP award?
Do I get to
Begin the bidding.
500 points.
1,000?
That's for Bob. You get the chance to answer.
2017.
You were out of this game, Bob.
500 points. 500
It was
points.
16.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Bill, that was fun.
Bob. Jeez.
What a Warriors fan
That's
you
an
are.
easy one too.
All right, well,
Bob's gone.
I can't believe that. Okay, well, no. So
Damn it.
we're gonna grace
take
you.
it
We're gonna
slow.
grace you with 100 points.
Okay.
If you can even bid with that.
Watch me bring it back from here. Let's run it.
Okay.
That'd be amazing. Okay, no, that was incorrect. All right. Question 2. Who is 6th all time in total career points?
I have a question.
Sure. Ask the question before the bidding begins.
It's playoffs and regular season points? Because I know obviously there's a difference.
It's just the all time.
Can I do 100 points?
It's just regular. Yeah, 100 to Trey.
I'll bet.
Damn, I can't outbid you, bro.
I'll bet 300 points.
300 Bob. 300 to Trey now? Or sorry, 300 to Trey?
Let's do 310 points.
310 to Justin.
400.
400 to Trey.
What is it?
You gonna leave it?
I'm leaving it.
400.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony is incorrect. Minus 400 points.
Can I guess? No. Or
Hey, you can guess, sure.
is it? I'm gonna be way
Is it
off.
my man?
Jason
no,
Kidd?
No, that is way off. It's Dirk. Hey, Justin, I didn't expect this to go so hard so fast. I probably should have given you more points. At that top line there where it says start, just throw 2,500 into every one of those. That way you guys have some more stuff to answer or to talk about.
Sweet.
That way Bob's still alive and you guys aren't just cannibalizing yourselves in the first 2 rounds. Okay.
You're welcome, and you're welcome.
Jeez. All right. Well, it's still a
That
good
only
game.
helped you.
I like it. Okay. All right. Question 3 now, will be round 2. Who won the blank award in 2019? Begin the bid with our current point leader Trey.
300 points.
300. Do I hear 300?
400.
400. Do I hear 450?
Can I hear the question again?
Who won the blank award in 2019?
I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm gonna bet. What was the current bet? 300.
4.
It was 400. Do I hear 5?
Yeah, 5.
5. Do I hear
6.
6? 6. Do I hear 7? Too rich for Bob's blood. Too rich for Justin's blood. 600 points. Is that right? 600
I'm
points
thinking
to
this
Trey.
is probably not gonna be the MVP award.
No. Who won the Coach of the Year award in 2019?
Oh, so now I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you get your
okay.
answer.
Okay. Coach of the Year award.
No.
2019. Coach of the Year award 2019. So we're in 2020.
I know who it was.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr is incorrect. Minus 600 points for Trey
Is it Monty
there.
Williams?
Was it Bud?
It was Mike Budenholzer.
Oh.
2019. All right, round 4. Question 4. How many blank did blank make in his 15-year career? We'll start the bidding with our current point leader, Justin.
I'm gonna bet 200 points.
200. Do I hear 3?
I'll give him 3.
Do I hear 4?
We just guessing the player or the points?
You're gonna.
You know,
you don't
you
know
get
the
the
question.
question.
You don't know the question.
Okay.
I mean,
Do I hear 400?
I'll bet
400?
4. I'll bet
400. Do I hear 5?
Nope.
No. No 500 from Trey.
What am I at? 6.
Going once?
Let's do 500.
500. Do I hear
no,
600?
no.
Too rich for both of their blood. 600 points potentially for for Trey. How many All-Star appearances did Dwayne Wade make in his 15-year career?
Tail end of his career wasn't good.
Yes, correct.
I want to give him 12.
12 is incorrect. It's 13.
Oh, no.
Heartbreaker.
I thought it was too many. I was
So,
like, no. Hey.
I'm also just as ignorant. I thought it was way too many.
No.
Point
stop.
update after round 2, moving into the last round. Justin with 2,100 points. Bob hanging in there due to a last second points adjustment. 1,600, and Trey playing with the guts. 1,300. Round 3.
Let's do it.
The bidding will begin after I read the category.
Okay.
The category is Finals MVPs. We'll start the bidding with our lowest point scorer,
Oh.
Trey.
200.
200. Do I hear 300? Bob.
300.
300 to Bob. Do I hear 400? No.
I'll do 400.
400. Bob's wants to make a move. Do we hear 500?
Yes.
500 for
500.
Bob. Do we hear
from Bob.
6 from Trey, sitting at 1,300?
Third time in a row.
Do we hear 6 from Trey?
No, that's a bad number. Yeah,
That's
no.
500 points on the board for Bob.
Ready.
Question is, who are the only 2 players in NBA history to win 3 straight Finals MVPs?
2 players.
2 players. It's only happened twice.
Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain.
You got one of them.
It is Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal. That
I wouldn't have
drops
guessed
Bob
that.
I was thinking
to the
Bill Russell.
bottom.
Finals MVP didn't exist.
Finals MVP did not exist when Bill Russell was doing that.
Gotcha.
That's true. And Wilt only has one, I believe. Or Wilt didn't
Yes.
even win an MVP, did he? Or Finals MVP?
Wilt's got one. I
Oh,
think.
he's got one. Okay. All right. Last question, last category on this super long episode. Thanks for sticking around, everybody.
Woo!
Final question. The bidding will begin after I read the category. The category is Defensive Player of the Year. And we're going to start with our lowest point scorer, Bob. 1,100 points on the board.
Do it.
Sitting at negative 25 before today started. Does he go for the glory even though he can get outbid? He does not. Okay.
500.
500. Do I hear 6?
Defensive Player of the Year,
Do I
600.
hear 6 for Trey? Do I hear 7?
No.
Boring. Do I hear 7? 7? Do I hear 7?
Let's bid this
No,
out, dude.
you hear. Okay. Yeah, 7.
7. 8. 9 to Bob? 900 points to Bob?
1,100.
1,100. He's going all in on the last question.
Let me
1,300.
let me beat
Oh, no,
Justin.
1,100.
1,100. He'll
No,
you can't match him. You have to
1,200.
outbid him. 1,200. That'll beat a Trey.
All right,
unless
brother.
Justin-
You've got to
Justin,
take him.
last chance.
go.
You want
You
in
got
on
to
that?
take him.
1,200. You want in on that?
I'm good.
Waving it off.
I
1,200.
got you. Right
You got to
Final
beat
question.
the sandbagging.
Final question. Yeah, Justin's playing the boring game over there. How many times has a Boston Celtics player won Defensive Player of the Year?
Killer question.
For 1,200 points.
Now you got me thinking if these awards were around when what's his face played.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go. The only one I can remember is Marcus Smart, so I'm gonna go with 1.
And just like that, Trey falls to the bottom.
Was it 2?
Good try.
It was twice. Marcus Smart and Kevin Garnett in 2008.
Yeah.
How did I forget
Yeah.
2008. All right. Well, like I said, we were gonna award points based on how the game went. If whoever won only like just sat back and didn't gamble or wasn't fun, it wasn't gonna be many points, which is what happened. So it's gonna be it would have been huge point totals for everybody have everybody participated fairly, but that's not the case. So we're gonna go with 100 points for Justin, 75 points for Bob, and 50 points for Trey.
Yay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Could have
just
been a lot
sit
more.
Back.
You bet
Just
like twice.
Outbid me.
I don't
I
know.
didn't bet like twice. I bet multiple times, but it's fine.
Okay, well, that's how it feels. Now that we've got all these points, we're going to gamble them away in. Props to you.
Another exciting
Props to you.
Don't be depressed. Now, gentlemen, here we are. And props to you. Michael, You're
Yeah.
in first place.
Yeah.
5,825 points. You
I
have
like it.
Anthony Davis over 13.5 rebounds. And how many points are you betting this week?
I'm gonna put 1,000 on that.
Sounds good, Bob. You're in last place with 175 points.
I'm glad you said that with such a straight face there, Justin. Go ahead and put them all down there, buddy.
All right. You have LeBron James under 25.5.
Still saying it with a straight face. I appreciate it.
I have 4,300 points and I'm in
75
second
points. Jesus
place.
Christ, Bob.
I have Jokic's over.
Well, when you make the points in favor of you, Michael, I can't
Exactly.
score.
There it
You're
is.
sounding a lot like your co-host over there.
Thank you. Jokic is over at 51.5
Killed two
points,
birds with one stone on
assists,
that one.
rebounds all together, and I'm gonna bet 2,000 points. Hey Trey, you have 1,950 points. You have Jokic under 13.5 rebounds. What are you betting?
Well, you know what?
What?
Jokic is going to pull AD out of the paint, which is going to he's not going to get as many rebounds. So I'm going to bet all
All of
my
them.
points on that.
I love you,
He's
Trey.
There
getting under.
it is.
Golly, we might have an exciting.
gonna be
Hey,
a
we
good
got it out
finish.
here.
Hey, I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. We got to keep it,
Yeah.
keep it exciting.
Yeah.
I get it. And if you guys listening at home want to keep track of all of our game picks as well as chat with us, ask us questions, or give us game ideas, hit the link in the description of this episode to join our chalkboard group chat. It's a fun and
Free
way to support the show.
Free! Damn it.
Dang. Again, go to yabasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies with a bunch of great designs. So go grab some of that sweet, sweet Yay Basketball merch at yabasketball.com. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We do appreciate that. Share with friends, and follow us at Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Just a reminder, we are recording live from the Yay Studio.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Bob, what you got for the people?
New hate list. The off season.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love the offseason.
For me, at least. Anyway, I'm also a Detroit fan now, just for all you guys to understand.
Jump ship quick over there in Golden State.
Hey, brother, when Victor's coming, I see potential. So, yep.
Sure you do.
Well, yeah, I predicted one dynasty. Let me predict the next.
Justin.
Hey, let's go Nuggets. That's all I got. I'm all in.
Okay. Trey.
First things first, shout out to my buddy Devin. It's his birthday today.
Hey, shout out
Big
to Devin.
30. But also, it's National Chocolate Chip Day. So
Ooh. Get yourself some
get,
cookies.
yeah, get some chocolate chip cookies. Do
Some
something with them.
pancakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Switch it up.
good. I like a chocolate chip. Oh, boy. Enjoy the conference finals, everybody. Thank you so much. We love you. Don't forget, say it with me. Yay, basketball!
Basketball!